y'all? It's your girl, NeffyRaps. It's the Vibe Session. Y'all know how we doing it. We bringing you the dopest, hottest independent artists from all over, baby. And listen, I'm really excited today because this is a friend of mine. I've been watching her grow and do her thing for so long. She's such a beautiful spirit, beautiful soul, talented to say the least. So I gotta welcome Periii to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, hey, Neffy. Oh, love you so much. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a pleasure, Mama. So listen, for the people listening or watching that may not be familiar with you, tell us what city you're from.
I am from Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes.
Yes,
Hometown vibes, baby.
yes,
Hometown.
absolutely. I love Baltimore. It's there's like a lot of dimensions to it, but the vibes are just always so good in Baltimore. I always have a good time. So I mean, like, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on, but thank God I've been really blessed to just really love that city. So yeah, I'm from right around there and kind of outside of DC too.
Okay, yeah. Shout out be more. Shout out the whole DMV. I always tell people like Baltimore has a tough rep, kind of. You know, we have a rep out here, but the city is full of beautiful people. Like you would not understand how many dope and beautiful people are in the city. So shout out to Be More.
Be More, absolutely. Go Ravens, all that.
Listen, and the Ravens, we looking good. I was just talking trash the other day about how good we looking this season.
yeah. No, I mean, like, I've always got high hopes, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this season. I went to U of L, University of Louisville, go Cards, and so I'm a big fan of Lamar because that's where he came out of as well. And so I'm like, oh, yes.
Lamar is killing.
That's my jam.
I love it. So look, it's been like a crazy year, right? 2020 has been like I can't even find a word. I'm kind of tired of saying crazy year at this point because I feel like that's still an understatement.
Absolutely in ways that we couldn't have even anticipated. Like just like going out in the world is completely different than it's ever been in our lifetimes, and like everything around that is just making all of us go crazy. I feel like it's really hard to navigate this and like deal with it emotionally.
It is. And then we live in the social media era. So it's like we see all this stuff and it's just like crazy. And then the COVID situation, which I'm kind of hearing that people or different places may be going back down to a lockdown. Have you been hearing that?
Yeah, I have. I know that some states have. My friend up in Philly was saying that. And I know that they've been seeing spikes all over the place because people are getting tired of doing what they're supposed to do. And it's still just as contagious. It's just as big of a problem. And so so I'm staying inside as much as I can.
Yes, me too.
Playing lives and doing Zoom interviews.
Yes, listen.
Shout out to Neff. Thank you.
Yes, we're here. Yes. And I love it because I think I love our generation because we find creative ways to kind of keep things going, even through the madness. So yeah, the Zoom interviews, the virtual has been a big thing. I mean, we've been watching award shows that are virtual, like
the sports and a lot of it is so cool because you get this other dimension of the music and the artist that you're not going to see like on any other year. So I mean, like, it's so hard to find the silver lining every day and continually do that, but I'm trying. That's the best way to deal with it, I feel like. So.
And I mean, I see you still doing your thing on the gram, okay? Still, putting out content. So I've been keeping up with that. So a lot of folks may not know, but this girl is talented. She plays instruments and all of that jazz, in addition to being an artist. So tell us a little bit about the instruments you play.
Well, I'll go in the order that I started. I played piano. I play violin and I sing. I've been singing my whole life, but as far as like training, that's been like the past, like, I guess 15 years. But I started playing piano and violin when I was really little, and so it was really just like a part of me. I feel like my violin is like my little brother, you know.
Yeah, I'm there.
And yeah, and it's just become something that, like, to me, music is so amazing. And the best thing about music is that you can communicate stuff and you can send a message more than what can be said with just words, you know. And so just to be able to do that, I want to do that in every medium that I can. You know, like when I was little, I used to imagine that I could play all the instruments. And I used to imagine, like, I was like a crazy little kid. I used to imagine that, like, I had a bunch more arms so I could play all of them at once and like be my own orchestra. You know, like, that'd be cool. But I mean, I think that the more, like, music is my choice and my way to send my message and to leave my imprint on the world. And so the more ways that I can do that, the better. I teach viola and cello too. Mostly beginners because I haven't spent as much time with those. But and I can play guitar all
Okay.
right as
I'm
well.
about to say, wait a minute. Is my guitar over here? Can we get the guitar real quick? Because I'm trying to learn myself on my own. So I might need some lessons. But listen, I got this little guitar. Let's see if we can get it in the shop right quick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know the vibes. So I might need a lesson or two. So if I call you, you know, like, hey, help me out. I know you got me.
I got you. Absolutely. Any day of the week. I was ready to jam over here.
Wait a minute. Listen, because I will ask for a selection, okay?
Oh, yes.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I love it.
I will if I want to.
Hey, if you feel it, I won't stop you. I will not stop you. So you've been doing the artist thing. You've been a singer. Tell us a little bit about, like, some of your influences or people you may have grown up listening to, or that really kind of influenced you to pursue that yourself.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I love jazz. My parents are both really big jazz fans, or whatever you want to call it, jazz heads. And so I mean, like, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Carmen Lundy, Sarah Vaughan, and then, like, now, like, Esperanza Spalding. I don't know if you all know about her, but she can play the bass and sing at the same time.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's crazy,
I want to be
right?
like you. I want to be like you someday. Someday soon. So that's definitely a big influence, and I feel like that's worked its way into my music. As far as just, like, wanting to sing, I feel like it's such a pure expression. Like, singing and rapping and dancing, it's just you. You know, there's no medium, there's nothing, no tool in between you and your audience, in between you and, like, what's coming out of you. whatever message that is.
It's pure.
Yeah, exactly. It's so pure. So that's why I love it. That's why it's my favorite thing to do.
Okay. Dope. So listen, a lot of people don't know we have some other things in common. We both came up under the umbrella of Adventures Music.
Yeah.
So I would absolutely be remiss if we did not talk about Adventures. Shout out to Adventures, the whole squad. Yeah. Chris Scotty, Dex Diamond.
Yep. Shout out to Adventures Music.
Beautiful thing. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Adventures Music.
Well, that was a really just, like, kind of crazy adventure story. I had done a showcase out here, and I ran into my guy Ant, Route Runner. He just does, like, marketing, and he works with Def Jam, and shout out to Ant as well. He's the shit. But I did a showcase out here, and he came up to me afterwards and was like, "Hey, I wanna work with you. I wanna get you involved in some stuff. Can you come to South by Southwest next week?" And I was like, okay, okay. I mean, like, I
Next
teach
week.
music. I set my own schedule, you know, like, absolutely. Like,
Okay. I'm
how can I
down.
miss that? Yeah. So I got on a flight and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take this flight by myself and go meet these people who I really just met at South by Southwest. But you know, like, I'm 5'10", you know, I got hands, so I wasn't too worried. You carry
Hey,
pepper spray, you know,
stay
I'm
ready
gonna
so
be all
you don't
right.
have to get ready, okay?
Yeah, yeah. So exactly. So I flew out to South by Southwest and I met up with him. And like the first day, we were out on the strip. What is it, like 7th Street, and we ran into Chris and Dex, and I remember like seeing him on MTV and BET, like when I was in high school and stuff, and being like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's them. And so I was a little starstruck, honestly.
Mhm.
But they Anne introduced me to them, and we just talked, and they got me. I'm trying to remember how this all happened, because it was like 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it feels like this year feels like a decade. So
Girl, it feels like a decade and a half. Like I
I
can't even
know, I
remember what I
know,
ate
I know. We've had
yesterday.
like 15 years since March. So so I'm trying to get back from all that, back behind all that. But they ended up getting me they got me on a stage at a high school like exhibition show for independent artists, and I got to perform just with like no preparation, and like it was just really like an incredible blessing from them to me, and really lucky for me on my part to get to do that. So that was really amazing of them. And then, you know, I just went around with them and like saw the shows that they were going to for the rest of that day. And then we linked up after that, and I went up to go to do their radio show at El Punto, the spot.
Yeah, shout out to El Punto the spots.
Shout out to El Punto,
Yes.
the spot. Yeah, yeah. So I went up there to just like go and reconnect with everybody who I met with, or everybody who I had met at South by Southwest back in New York. So I went up there, and they wanted somebody to work on like some admin stuff for them too. So I kind of like got a little bit of experience in like the back end of digital distribution, and how to like navigate that for independent artists. So that was really cool. And yeah, shout out to Chris, to Dex, to all y'all, Adventures Music.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for that experience.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Me too. I learned a lot. And you spoke about independence, which is like, man, that's their thing. They kind of teach you how to navigate that journey independently as an independent artist. So, you know, I always ask that question, but you know, I gotta like add a little bit of sprinkles on top of that and kind of swing it, because being indie and then also being a woman and then being attractive. I mean, guys, look how gorgeous she is. You
Oh,
know, I mean,
thank
it's
you.
so many things that you go through. Kind of, first of all, being indie, number one, and then add that other stuff on. How have you kind of dealt with that? Is that something you go through, like being independent and being a woman and being attractive? It's like
Yeah,
you're in control of your own thing, but
yeah,
because of that, it comes with stuff. So how is that for you?
yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's difficult to deal with, and to stay persistent and motivated when people don't want to work with you for the right reasons, or they don't want your time and your energy for the right reasons, or they think that they don't have to pay me for my work because I'm a nice person and I'm a woman. And so it's just like, I can just like keep on my grind train, and whatever's going to happen with her, that's fine. You know, even
Mm-hmm.
though I told her that she would get credits, or even though I told her that she would get this for the time that she put in, which is on top of 25 years of experience. You
Yes.
know, like that kind of stuff. that's really the worst that I have to deal with. I feel like with all those things, if you move with integrity, you're never going to lose. You know, you won't always win, but you always have your integrity and you always have your dignity, and usually that'll catapult you to something better. If you do what you're going to say and stick with your principles. So I mean, yeah, so for as far as being independent and like if I did sign with a label, it would probably have to be something small, because I want to have creative control over my shit.
Yes.
You know, and like I would want to own my masters. So I mean, like those things are non-negotiable, and you have to define what those are. You have to define what your non-negotiables are, so that way you're not getting just like tossed around like a ship at sea in a storm. You know, because it is rough seas out here.
Yes.
2020 notwithstanding, it definitely. So I feel like you have to have those. We're gonna go with the ship metaphor. You have to have those anchors of your principles to carry you through. And I think that if you keep those in your actions, then you're gonna win. It's just a question of when.
Listen, Periii just dropped so much free game on y'all. She should have charged y'all a console for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna repost it forever. So I got the content.
Listen, you got to put a price on that game that she just gave right there. That's so you spoke on so much that we can unpack, but I mean, definitely on point with that. I mean, I always say like the integrity is what keeps you in the room. You know, your character might get you there, but your integrity is really what keeps you. And you know, like you said, it is a lot to navigate, but and like you said, a lot of it is kind of just people trying not to give you your just due. But that's like a big thing. Like
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like that's the difference between eating and not eating. So yeah, like I mean, like I love like getting likes and comments and having positive reception for my stuff, and I appreciate the support and everything, but like pay me for my shit when you say that you're going to.
Yes. You know? Pay me. Like, motherfuckers, pay me.
Off. Yeah.
Fuck you, pay me. Okay. Yes. I love it. Okay. So man, what I love too is that you know, you've always been such a dope spirit. I love to see kind of women work together. I think we're getting that right. It's a little slow to it, but most of us are trying to get that right. I think that's another thing that's so important in the industry is that more of us work together. Like we don't all have to be against each other or in competition. We're so strong and powerful because a lot of times we're the ones behind the scenes with the brains. Y'all don't be knowing that. But
the amount of ideas that have gone out that have come from me, like I'm
no more.
no, and that's fine. Like that's fine as long as that's what's agreed on.
Yes. Yes. Cut the check.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I agree with you absolutely. It's hard because when we as women are like pushed down in this system, in the patriarchy, like whatever you want to call it, what happens is like the thing of there can only be one or two dope female rappers, you know, or dope women rappers. Like why does it have to be that way? And then that puts us in competition with each other, and so we have to shed that thing of expecting that there needs to be competition, you know, and that's not going to start with them. They're not going to change that. We have to. And so I think that like the best way to do that is collaboration with other people that you respect and like creating dope shit and supporting each other. And no bad is ever going to come out of that. The only reason that people wouldn't do that is if they're insecure about their own shit.
Yes, exactly. That's a fact.
Yeah. And so if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling like you're hating on somebody, get your own shit together.
That's a fact. Get it together. Stop playing. I love it. Okay, more free game. Listen, y'all, this is a good one. Okay, a lot of free game, a lot of jewels dropped in that. So I want to get into your new music. I know you've been, still constantly creating. So what's your latest single that you put out for the people?
The latest one that I put out recently was called Fuck No.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the police. Yeah. It's about one. I wrote this song, and I kept working on it, and I held on to it for a long time because it wasn't where I wanted it to be. And it's going to be relevant for way too long. Good God. So I wrote it in 2011 about one of the few experiences that I've had with police, and it just like the fear that like stayed with me for months. I can't imagine going through that every day. Mm-hmm. Like I can't imagine going through that every day. So I felt like, I mean, I didn't put it out last year to monopolize on what's going on, but I feel like it's so topical. And just we need to, it can really be applied to anybody who's trying to control you. Mm-hmm. But we need to like uproot and upend these systems. And so I feel like anything that goes out that sends that message is good, is gonna be good in the long run. And so like, yeah, like the last line of it is like, I don't know why I gotta give a shit about your system. Is this how I wanna live? Fuck no.
Okay. Listen, kudos to you for using your voice and your platform to bring awareness. I mean, at the end of the day, that's so powerful as artists, as influencers. Like, there's so many people that won't speak on issues, don't want to. So kudos to you for, having the courage and really the balls to, the titties. Let me use a female word. What we use it to do that, because because a lot of people won't do it, and just for you to use your platform to do that is super dope. So definitely make sure y'all check that record out. We're gonna throw a snippet on it at the end of this interview so we can check that joint out. And we gotta play it on our stations and show it big love. We have to.
Yes.
Absolutely. So what's some stuff you have coming in the pipeline? I know we're all kind of like chilling right now because COVID is back up. So, but in the meantime, we're gonna be dropping some new music, more content, more interviews. What's some stuff we can look forward to?
Yes, yeah. I have 2 singles that are done. I'm putting together a video. You can tell by how I'm speaking about it that it's going slow. It's so hard to get people to want to get together and do stuff during COVID. Yeah. So I'm putting together a video for this song called Self Free, and I'm gonna release it sometime in the spring. And it's just about setting yourself free from other people's expectations of you, and from your own fears. And so I feel like it's going to be, like when we get to go back outside, fingers crossed, that would be a really good time to drop that song. But I have that in the works. And then I have one that's about what we were just talking about, like people who don't make good on what they say they're going to with you. And it's called I Ain't Fucking With You.
Periii's not playing with y'all for the rest of this year or 2021. So y'all need to stop playing with her.
Don't play with me.
Stop playing, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, that's big energy. I love it. I'm not mad at all. Not mad at all. So real quick, I see the merch. Is this merch that we can buy? I see is this a sweatshirt? It's cute.
Oh, this is a prototype, and I got shit on the way. It's not available yet, but I'm thinking like early next year, probably before I drop that music. Shout out to Nettie out of DC. She Baltimore and DC, the DMV. She hooked me up with this, and I've got stuff in the works. I'm coming out with a whole like line of t-shirts.
Okay.
So that'll be it next year.
Well, make sure you have one for me. I will be getting a t-shirt for myself. Please and thank you.
You get a whole like gift basket, care package with like heart confetti and all kinds of shit in there too.
I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I love it. Okay, well, listen, sis, I definitely want to thank you so much for being such a dope guest on the show today. We have to do this again. We will. And we definitely going to play that record. But before we get out of here, please tell everybody where they can find you on social media and keep up with your movement.
Yes, you all can find me at I am Periii. That is IAMPERII. 1 R, 3 I's. I am Periii. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's about it. I don't really fuck with Twitter, but those three.
It's all good. I don't be knowing with the tweet either. My tweets be hella good. Love it.
For the birds.
It's for the birds. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, you heard it first right here, baby. It's the Vibe Session. You know how we doing it. You can catch us on all digital platforms. Make sure y'all follow Periii, y'all. She's super dope. Thanks again for tuning in. Let's get into it.